Vijay was a small boy, no more than 6 years old. He lived in a small village nestled among fields of tall corn. The air was always alive with the chirping of crickets and the distant calls of village life. Vijay loved his village, with its mud houses and dusty lanes. He played with his friends under the shade of the banyan tree, their laughter echoing through the fields. Life was simple, but Vijay was content. One year, the rains failed to arrive. The corn withered and died. The villagers who relied on the harvest were left with nothing. Hunger spread like a disease, and soon it reached Vijay's doorstep. With empty stomachs and heavy hearts, Vijay's family made the difficult decision to send him to the city with his uncle. Leaving his village was the hardest thing Vijay had ever done. He clung to his mother, tears streaming down his face as he boarded the crowded bus. The city was a blur of noise and unfamiliar sights. Vijay had never seen so many people in his life. Cars honked, vendors shouted, and the air was thick with exhaust fumes. He felt small and insignificant amidst the throngs of people. His uncle, a stern-faced man with calloused hands, led him to a busy marketplace. "This is where you will stay," he said gruffly, pointing to a street corner. "Ask for food, but don't cause any trouble." And with that, he disappeared into the crowd, leaving Vijay all alone. Fear gnawed at Vijay's insides. He had never been away from his family, and now here he was, a tiny speck in a sea of unknown faces. Timidly, he approached a woman dressed in a colourful sari. "Please, ma'am," he whispered, his voice barely audible above the din. "Can you spare some food?" The woman barely glanced at him. "Go away, boy!" she snapped, shooing him away. Rejection after rejection followed. Some people ignored him completely, their faces blank and unseeing. Others shooed him away with harsh words, but there were a few kind souls who offered him a piece of fruit, a roti, or a few coins. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Vijay sat huddled on the pavement, his stomach rumbling with hunger. He felt a wave of despair wash over him. Was this his life now? Begging for scraps on the streets. Suddenly he felt a gentle hand on his shoulder. He looked up to see an old woman smiling down at him. She held out a warm roti filled with potato and spices. "Here you go, child," she said, her voice filled with kindness. "Eat!" As Vijay ate the roti, savoring each bite, he realized that even in this concrete jungle there was still kindness to be found. He might be just a village boy lost in the city, but he refused to give up hope. He would survive. He would find a way.